Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to talk about 5 reasons why automated cars won't put driving instructors out of business. Now this is something people keep asking me about recently, and lots of people keep saying, are you worried about automated cars? And what are you going to do in 10 years time when there are no driving instructors left because no one needs them anymore? Well, let me give you 5 reasons why that's not correct. Number 1, you still need a driving licence to have an automated car. Now, I could just end the video now because there you go, you still need a driving licence. Now I'm talking about the UK, this may not be the same all over the world, but I'm talking here about the UK. It's already been said, you will have to still do driving lessons and hold a full driving licence to have an automated vehicle. Why? Well, quite simply, you need to still be able to drive. Now automated cars still have steering wheels, they still have pedals. They're not like people think. It's not just a car that you get into and you don't just sit on the back seat and go to sleep and it'll drive you where you want to go. That's not what they're like at all. They're just normal everyday cars that can drive themselves, but they're just normal cars. Now they're all going to be automatic and most of them will be electric, so they'll be slightly different, but you still need a licence and you still need to learn how to drive and pass the test to have an automated car. Number 2 is that people won't want them because it's going to drive them mad to have to drive properly all the time. This is something many people don't seem to think about. When they say, oh, I can't wait to have an automated car, and I say, you do realise that you're not going to be able to speed. Right? If you're late for work, and whereas in a car at the moment you would just put your foot down, look around, make sure there's no police around, and you think, oh, there's no speed cameras down this road, you put your foot down and you go. That's what people do. I'm not saying it's correct, it's not what I do. I have to drive to the book, to the letter. Because of my job, I have to set a good example to everyone. And the amount of aggression I get is unbelievable. From people flashing the lights at me. I've had people swear at me. I've had people who've come up to the car, and I've mentioned this before, I've had someone attack me just because I was sticking to the speed limit. And yes, I have got that on video. But anyway, people are going to be driven mad by having to stick to speed limits. If you're late for work and you're saying to the car, come on, go faster, and the car's going to say, error, cannot go faster, already driving at speed limit, and then you want to pull over and go into a shop, and it's going to say, error, cannot pull over, double yellow lines, finding parking place. It's going to drive people insane to not be able to go faster, to not be able to pull over anywhere. You're going to have to do everything absolutely perfectly, and it's going to drive people mad to be in a car that just won't do what they want it to do. And people are not going to want them. And that leads me on to point number 3, the cost. Now, people seem to think that these cars are going to come out and they're just all going to be cheap and everyone's going to have one. These automated cars are going to be an absolute minimum of £30,000. Have you got £30,000 to spend on a car? Now, if you're a young person listening to this, you're already facing massive debts in your life anyway. I mean, look at universities, £9,000 a year. So you're going to leave uni with tens of thousands of pounds of debt. You need at least, £20,000 to £50,000 deposit to buy a house. And now you're going to spend another £30,000 on top of that to buy a self-driven car. No way. These automatic cars are going to be luxuries for the rich and the famous. They are not going to be for everyone to just go out and buy one. Now maybe after 5 to 10 years, yes, they'll have come down in cost, but the cost of buying them is going to be outrageous. Can you imagine the technology in these cars? It is not going to be cheap. So you've got a choice. You can go out and spend about £700 or £800 on driving lessons and then about £1,000 on a car. You can get the whole thing done for under £2,000. Or you can go and have your driving lessons and then have to pay 30 grand for a car on top of that, which can't even do anything that you want it to. Which one's it going to be? Well, I know which one I'd rather go with. Number 4 is things that they can't do. It's all very well saying automated vehicles are going to take over. What about if you're having a delivery? Let's say you're having a wardrobe delivered. It's all very well the van driving itself to your house. Who's going to unload it? You still need a delivery driver to unload it. It's all very well having automated lorries that can take goods from a warehouse to a shop, but you still need to have a driver in the lorry supervising it. At the moment they're trying these automated lorries out and they're having to have drivers in each one. So if you've got a driver in each lorry, what's the point having an automated lorry? You might as well just have a normal person driving it. So there are loads of things they won't be able to do. And number 5 is that they're never going to work anyway. Like, people seem to think that these automated cars are definitely coming, and there's loads of companies like Apple and Google putting millions into them. They are never going to work. Right? There's already been people killed in them as it was. Last year there was a man who was killed in one because the car went to turn and he didn't see a lorry. There was a massive great white truck flying towards it. The car turned and it killed the person in the car. Why did that happen? Because the stupid automated car thought the white lorry was a cloud in the sky. Are you going to go and get killed because a dumb car turned in front of a lorry and killed you? No way. Who's going to want that? It's never ever going to work. Now, I saw a feature on the news just a few weeks ago now, and they had this man talking about automated cars, and in the background they had a simple track laid out. It was a simple load of cones in like an S shape, and the cars were having to drive through them. And as he was giving the interview, the cars were just smashing through the cones, and he turned around and laughed and he said, "No, we've still got a bit of work to do on them just yet." They can't even get cars to follow a path of cones on a runway with no people around. How on earth are these cars ever going to cope with cyclists, with manual cars, ambulances coming through, cats running out in front of the road, tree branches falling down? They are never ever going to work. So there you go, that's 5 quick reasons why automated cars are not going to put driving instructors out of business. Now, there are other reasons I've mentioned before in other videos, like for example, they have said that these automated cars will all have to be given driving tests by driving instructors. Now, that's probably not going to happen. It's just something I heard as a suggestion. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon for more videos.